This is Mohit.
Cherry Verma.
Manisha.
Jasprit.
Srishti.
Hello everyone, here is Rohit.
Anisha.
Sanskar.
Rida.
Kusum.
Kaveri.
We are 12th from MGM English Medium Higher Secondary School, Itarsi. We are gonna discuss about financial statement of companies. So let's go and discuss.
Hello everyone, this is Sanskar Patwa from class 12th MGM Higher Secondary School. So today I am going to speak on the topic types of business organization. So the first type is sole proprietorship. Sole proprietorship are owned and operated by a single person and it is very easy to set up. The next one is non-profit organization. It is a type of business that uses its profits for charitable purposes. And the next one is corporation. Corporation is a type of fully independent business organization with a shareholder. It is one of the most complex form of business organization. And the next one is limited liability company. Limited liability company is a mixture of partnership and corporation, and it is designed to make it easier to start a small company. And the last one is general partnership. General partnership is a form of partnership in which the partners are liable for the activities of the partnership. So this was our presentation. Hope you understood everything and thank you for giving me your precious time.
What is a financial statement? Financial statements are the written record that convey the business activity and the financial performance of a company. It shows where money came from, where it went and where it is now. The basic components of financial statements are first balance sheet, income statement and last is cash flow statement. Thank you.
Attributes of a company. First we have to registration, then we have some legal entries, perpetual succession and transferability of share, limited liability of member, capital, risk bearing, buyback of share, common sin and taxation.
Now we are going to discuss about Companies Act 2013. In Companies Act 2013, we are going to discuss about introduction and history. Companies Act 2013 is an act of Parliament of India on Indian company law which regulates incorporation of company, dissolution of a company, responsibilities of company and directors of company. The Company Act 2013 was divided into 29 chapters containing 470 sections. So now let's discuss about the history of Company Act. The history of Company Act was begun in 1850 under the British government. But after India got independent, the Company Act 1956 was enacted with the motive to provide new basis for corporate law. The Company Act 1956 has 658 sections and 7 schedules. That's all for the history and introduction. Thank you.
Company Act 2013. Company Act 2013 is the law that covers dissolution, incorporation and running of company in India. The Act came into forces across 12 September 2013 and also introduced the new concept of one-person company, which was ascended on 29 August 2013 and came under forces into 12 September 2013 and enacted by the Parliament of India.
Balance sheet of a company. The difference between normal balance sheet and balance sheet of a company is the normal balance sheet is horizontal and balance sheet of a company is vertical. In balance sheet of a company, there are 4 columns: particular, note number, current year, previous year. The main heading is equity and liability. Under equity and liability, there are shareholders fund, non-current liability, current liabilities. Under shareholders fund, there are share capitals, reserves and surplus, money received against share warrants. Under non-current liabilities, there are long-term borrowings, deferred tax liabilities, other long-term liabilities, long-term provisions. Under current liabilities, there are short-term borrowings, trade payables, other current liabilities, short-term provision. Total of equity and liability. Second main heading is assets. Under assets, there are non-current assets and current assets. Under current assets, there are fixed assets, under which tangible assets, intangible assets, capital work in progress, intangible assets under development. Non-current investments, deferred tax assets, long-term loans and advances, other current assets. Under current assets, there are current investments, inventories, trade receivables,
Meaning, what are shares means in a company. Company capital is divided into small units of a finite number. Each unit is known as share. In simple terms, a share is a percentage of ownership in a company. Investors who hold shares are known as shareholders. So there is a two types of shares, equity shares and preference shares. Let's start it with equity share. Equity share. An equity share, commonly referred to as ordinary share, also represent the forms of part ownership in which a shareholder as a fraction owners. The holders of such shares are mentioned member of the company and have voting rights. Second type of share, that is preference share. Share provide preferential rights as to payment of dividend at a fixed rate during the life of a company, as to return of capital on winding up of company, voting rights on resolution directly affected preference shareholders, winding up of company, reduction of company share capital. Simply, there are two methods. The difference between shares and debenture. Meaning, the shares are owned by the funds of company. The debenture are the borrowed fund of company. What is it? Represent the capital of the company. Shares, debentures represent the debts of the company holders, known as shareholders. Debentures known as debenture holders. Status of holder. Shares are the owners, debentures are the creditors. Forms of return, get the dividend, get the interest. Security of payment, no security of payment in shares, and yes, security payments in debenture.
Debentures means the capital market instrument used to raise the medium and long-term capital points in the public debit instrument, acknowledge a loan to the company. Examples of debentures are treasury bonds and treasury bills. Another point of debentures, a debenture is a type of debit instrument that is not backed by any collateral and usually has a term greater than 10 years. Second, some debentures can convert to equity shares while others cannot. Features of debentures are: first, interest rate; second, credit rating; third, maturity date.
Now let's talk about share debentures type. Number first is shares. Shares are having two types. First is equity shares and second is preference shares. In equity shares, the amount of dividend is not fixed but they have voting rights. In preference shares, the amount of dividend is fixed but they do not have voting rights. The dividend is firstly given to the preference shares, after it will be distributed to the equity shares. Now debentures. Debentures are having four types. Number first is security debentures, number second is redeemable debentures, number third is convertibility debentures, and number fourth is registration debentures. In security debentures, we have to submit our financial asset of a company as a security. Number second is redeemable debentures. Redeemable debenture refers to a debentures, means it is for the fixed period of time. Number third is convertibility debentures. Convertibility debentures are the debentures which can be converted into a equity shares after some period of time. Number third is registration debentures. Registration debentures are the debentures which deals with full rules and regulation and authority.
And debenture holders. So first of all, we will talk about what are the debenture holders. So debenture holders are the person, company or an institution that buys or purchases the debenture from other companies. So as you can see here, the person is purchasing the debenture from that company. So he will be called as a debenture holder to that company. And now we will talk about the shareholders. So Shareholders are also referred as stockholders, and these are also person, company or institution that buys at least one share of the company. Now, if we talk about the rights of the company,
Today we discuss about the accounting ratios. Ratios are used to the analysis of two or more any type of related items and express them in the arithmetical expressions. But according to the accounting ratio, they analysis only related items of finance. Four types of ratios: liquidity ratio, profitability ratio, activity ratio, and leverage. In liquidity ratio, there are three types: current ratio, quick ratio, and cash ratio. Profitability ratio, there are four types: gross profit ratio, net profit ratio, operating expense profit ratio, and return on capital. Activity ratio, there are also four types: inventory turnover ratio, total asset turnover ratio, debtors turnover ratio, and fixed assets turnover ratio. Debit equality ratio, debit ratio, and prosperity ratio.
A warm welcome to all of you. My topic is job opportunities in company. The first one is management consultant. Helps an organization solve problem, improve business performance, create value, and maximize the growth. The second one is investment bankers. Help their clients raising money in capital markets by issuing debts and selling equity in the company. Third one is a sales representatives. Serve their customer by selling products and meeting the customer's needs. Fourth, as administrative assistant. Duties revolves around managing and distributing information within an office. Fifth and last one is marketing specialist. Helps develop, executes in monitoring market programs across the variety of channels. Thank you.
So dear friends, that brings us to the end of our presentation. Let me remind you the topic my friends have been talking about: forms of business organization, financial statement of company, attributes of company, Companies Act 2013, balance sheet of company, statement of profit and loss of company, shares and debentures, shareholders and debenture holders, flowchart of accounting ratio, jobs opportunities in company. As a student, I am great to choose commerce stream, as commerce is the most popular stream of education in India. There are many reasons why students choose this stream, but one of the biggest reasons is commerce forms a great base for higher education and opens doors to many high-paying careers. Therefore, if you are thinking of studying commerce and wondering what career options lie in front of you, then you must know commerce is a job-oriented degree course that enlightens students on how business and commerce functions. Therefore, most of the job profiles associated with the stream are a part of business or industry. Many of these jobs with a high salary tag, and surely most students would love to know about these careers. And here I am ending this presentation. Thank you for listening. Thank you for I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Thank you so much.